Welcome to the Archotechs, a RimWorld fluid ideology series about pursuing the Archonexus. Episode 26, Fiery Onslaught. To briefly recap last episode, we took this quest here, one sociable prisoner. Guarding this person for a day and a half meant that two rather large raids would show up. I took it upon myself to try to build a kill box in order to deal with the raiders. The problem is the first wave of raiders has been sappers. We have killed off one of the waves, or at least a third of the start of one of the waves, but others are coming. And now, the second wave, thankfully, is a prepare a while raid, but there's 30 of them in the south and 23 of them in the north. This is where we pick up. So let's start working on this sapper cluster, hoping that these soldiers do something about these. Or actually, no, I was going to reset to the middle of my base, so I'm going to continue doing that. So here, Ari is the one who is a guardian, and hopefully she'll be able to land some good shots. So these sappers are going to come through this slate door, and unfortunately I had just gotten rid of my defenses for this. But these guys down here, despite being sappers, deciding to go straight through the kill box, so that's hilarious. Unfortunately it's not on fire at the moment, but I think the turrets will be able to deal with them just fine. Slave 3 is sitting this one out because he doesn't have a shield belt. And they're already through, so I have to start setting up for overlapping gunfire. This group should not be that hard to dispatch, as they're coming in just a few at a time. And of course I have psycasts, which makes this even more easy. Alright, so this group is gone. My northern door is broken. The problem with this northern door being broken is it offers a way for the prepare a while raids to breach into my base, and let's go ahead and turn these bad boys on. So reconnect and see if they come my way. Now I was hoping to get some slaves out of this as well. We have Stingray in the west who is bleeding insanely fast, but I will try to tend before collapse. And then I am going to chase down Bat here. Trustin, I want you to build this door. You're already doing it the moment you got on draft. And the southern... There, let's have you three go south. And Ari, make sure that Bat doesn't bash that down, with these slaves aiding. All right, looking good. And the southern group is fleeing now too. Lobster is down, not dead, so that would be another good capture. Let's try to get over there and ooh, who can do medicine here? No. I guess Bunny, you're the best here. Let's tend to Lobster. I'm gonna tend with herbal meds. I think it's fine. So Trustin has built that northern door. We're taking out this guy before he breaks this door, or hopefully. And then we're going to capture as many as we can. So about capture. We don't have enough beds yet. Alright, Stingray still may die, but my guess is with a capable doctor at the scene, he'll be okay. I'm going to forbid these medicine. I don't mind using herbal, because I can grow herbal, but I'm certainly not going to use industrial medicines. And what I'm trying to do with Zaleb and No Luck is to catch the ones fleeing. Oh, and we did it. One of the advantages, of course, of the sort of trickle feeding trap here is if we go out these doors, we obviously can beat the raiders to where they're headed, which makes it easy to catch them. So we do have this next group. 23 in the north, and 30 in the south. And I'm going to get set up for that. One of the ways to get set up for that is to grab a source of fire. So Trustin is going to be sent caravanning once he repairs this door, which will just be a moment. And he's going to grab the Molotovs. All right. We have stemmed some of the bleeding on Stingray, but there's still more left to do. And you are bleeding in 9 hours, so I'm just going to capture you. And we'll start to get our defenders set up. Now, my worry is that my called-in allies here, they very well may trigger the next wave of enemies. Because I called them in and they're going to fight, so Mavranis and Chrysalis probably will go mess with those guys, and that could become a bit of a problem. We will see. Okay, the northern group is coming. 10 hours. Okay, let's capture. Get you inside. Obviously, defending is my priority. So if I can't capture them, it's not a big deal. All right, Trustin is going to be loading the Molotovs up and bringing them to the carpet, the red carpet. I think what I want to do is to have my shield-belted slaves continue the capture and to allow Lucid to patch them up so that my fighters can be present. Lucid and Slave 1 will go help capture. So Empire of the Moon is fleeing, obviously, and my fears were exactly that. They did just march straight into the belly of the beast. Because of course. So here is the raid that's coming, and I don't think I'm going to be able to set significant fires in time. The thing is, it's, oh, here's Costco. I like that name. The thing is, it doesn't really matter because I have other methods of defense. But I will try to set as many of the fires as I can. Come on, throw better. Now, obviously, the more carpet that's on fire, the more effective this is. But this will probably be enough, given all my turrets. Now, the thing about a Prepare a While raid, Prepare a While raids are normal raids. They go through kill boxes. So, the raid that's coming in here is going to, you know, be agreeable. Maybe that's not the right term. But, you know, will get themselves killed in the kill box without trying to go through my walls or something like that. Okay, switching Trustin's gear back and loading the Molotov into my inventory. So what you can see here is that this room is starting to get hot, and then some people are catching fire. What I'm going to do is I'm going to try to keep the turrets off as long as I can, so that I minimize the amount of steel that I use for shooting. So Lobster's been captured. Slave 1, go for Stingray. And you are going to be given nutrient paste and no actual meds. Oh, here comes another one. So I'm getting fire alerts. But yeah, this is basically the flame trap working as intended. They try to come in, they're very slow, and then they set on fire and are very easy to down as a result. Oh my god, I'm gonna have so many slaves. Okay, Lucid. Buddhaman, you want to start patching people up too? Or maybe Slave 3. Slave 3, you'll do it because you have a shield belt, and I can't even have you in this fight anyway. As you can see, most of them that come in are on fire and aren't even really able to defend themselves. I might have Sven water skip around the industrial meds, just so they don't, you know, burn. All right, Slave 1. You don't really medicine at all. I'm gonna have Slave 1 try to go capture some more. And the first large wave is gone. What they're going to do is they're going to break through this door, unfortunately. They're not going to double back the way they came in, which is kind of annoying, but it's fine. All right, Buddhaman. Are you worth capturing? Sure. And... ooh, you're pretty burned. Capture. Let's just keep going. Why stop? Fill the room. All right, capture this one. I don't ever really need the shield belt defenders here so much because I'm not tanking all that much. You could capture Frog. Frog's missing a lung. Yeah, we could try. And then as the groups, as this group of enemies start to stack up, I just turn on the turrets and they sort themselves out. Done. So Slave 1 got stabbed or punched or something. Alright, capture Cheddar. Look at all this herbal meds. And now, yeah, we won. This was both raids. The kill box worked perfectly when it wasn't sappers. The remainder of this raid is like wounded and on fire. What I'm gonna do, what I should do is I should have doors here and here so I have quick exit access. But let's try to capture as many as that we can so that we get as many slaves as we're able. And put out some of these fires, which I will use water skip for. Alright, now the survivors here are being delivered to me. Oh my lord, there's so many of them. And a lot of these, as you can see, are a lot of these guys are not even shot up all that much because of the fires. The fires did a lot of the work, and as a result, they're relatively intact. Although fires do run the risk of scarring and the like, burns. All right, Buddhaman. So who are my slaves that are patching? Buddhaman and Slave 3. So Slave 2. Go capture some more. What a way to turn a raid into a wealth building. All right. They're going to get out. So I'm not going to worry about that. So now, I'm going to want to add this whole thing to my home zone so we can put out the fires. And that was the raid. That was not so hard. Oh, okay. All right. We got another raid. Totally unrelated, which seems crazy. All right, let's focus on these fires. With this second raid, what I could do, because this is going to be a prepare a while raid, is I can use the left fire path instead of the right fire path. So let's try to put out these fires as fast as possible. It feels bad using water skip to put these fires out because it's precious Psycast's power and heat, but It's also going to be a lot faster, I think. All right, let's sort of cherry pick the ones that are in better condition, which will be easier for us to doctor. Now, another thing to point out is the firefighting in the dark, or rather, doctoring in the dark, is not that effective. But, you know, we're just making do with what we've got. Alright, so the problem here is, let's destroy this door. Is that this is a hyperheated room. Even with the doors open, it doesn't really matter because the heat has nowhere to go. So we're going to remove the door so that we can fight the fires and keep the carpet. One of the reasons I use carpet, not straw, and I did answer this in the YouTube comments, is that carpet burns or takes longer to burn. So one of the advantages of it taking longer to burn is that we have time to put it out and then not have to replace it. Whereas straw burns really, really, really fast. Straw is very, very flammable, but you will probably remove the floor faster as a result. So here, if you see, only these two spots need carpet replacing, and the rest of it is fine. Trustin, do you still have your Molotov? Okay, you still have Molotovs on you. So let's take a look at how these guys are geared, because that's one thing I didn't even check. All snipers. And if you're all snipers, the other one's all snipers too. Interesting. Interesting, interesting. Alright, so what we need to do is we need to close this door and rebuild this door so that we send these snipers to the left path. Try to put these fires out as fast as I can. And tending to these guys as best as I can. So Slave 2, you'll be allowed to doctor as well. And what I need to do is I need to tend the ones that are bleeding out first. This is so many slaves. I really hope that a royal tribute collector comes soon. Another thing I want to do is I want to allow those that are not currently working to have a little bit on R&R because we're about to go straight into another fight. Let's get these meds out of here. And so they don't get destroyed. What about you, Raka? Yep, just some burns. So this left path is already open, but the problem is without this door built, it won't trap heat, which makes it particularly effective. So I'm going to have Trustin rebuild that now too. But I'm going to have him drop the Molotovs so that No Luck can start a fire, or at least be prepared to start a fire. So let's grab No Luck, load that into the caravan, and then get into position. Bunny got a little bit of a burn trying to put out those fires. Not that big of a problem. These guys are just eating. I guess Bunny wants to rest, which honestly I'm not going to allow her to because we're about to get another raid. And Sven here really needs food, so I'm going to have him eat lavish. And have Zaleb eat lavish. Anyone that has been in a long duration raid knows that morale is a big issue. It's very, very important to keep morale up because mental breaks during a raid can be very, very bad, very fatal. Let's clear this out. So, how many snipers total? We've got 15 and 30 snipers total. So this, I don't believe, is linked, which is funny because I have this rewarded bloodshed, which would call in 30 snipers to attack me. And here are 30 snipers to attack me. I feel like the storyteller here was just like, oh, you're not going to accept the quest yet? Well, I'm going to send the quest to you anyway. At least that's how it feels. So, Raka, we will capture you. And Godoa, I'm just going to let die. Too injured. Going to be dead too quickly. All right, Ari, you're on duty. Yes. Well, get back to it. Actually, you can't clean, never mind. I was gonna have you try to clean this up because I don't want to deal with a totally ridiculous amount of diseases. Don't strip. Clean. Clean like you've never cleaned before. Sven, come to this door here and drop a pinhole. That would help. And I'm gonna wait to start the fires for when these guys start pushing to me, so that I don't have more burning than I need. So we open this door. Done. What about you? 4 hours? Yeah, we'll use herbal. I don't even know if I have space. Alright, taking a look for triage sake. Sven's gonna help out to stop some of the big bleeding. But most of these guys have been stabilized. I'm sure I'm gonna get a lot of infections though. Yeah, when are they attacking? They're taking a long time. Alright, so Sven, I sent you over here for a pinhole. What's funny is there's like no empty area. There we go. Much better. Alright, keep cleaning the blood. Now, one of the things I could do is go to numbers and go to prisoners and set up them to be enslaved and not given meds and given the right food, rather than having to click on them one at a time, which is takes a while. Oh, good. I have a local slave rebellion. So I don't know why they chose to rebel right now, but Sven is a bit in trouble because he is surrounded. But that's okay, because Bunny's right here, ready to put them down. Luce is the only one that didn't rebel. And Ari, come help. No luck, you're gonna come help. Alright, so you were downed. I shot your arm off. Kinda deserved it. Okay. So if I didn't already have a lot to do with, it's getting worse. So Bunny's tough, so if anyone is to tank, Bunny can tank. Whoa, Buddha Man, you really took that. Alright, Trustin is going to keep patching you up. Just because they're rebelling, doesn't necessarily mean that I kill them. Sven, 10 bunny. And Zleb, you don't do medicine, so you get ready. No luck, you get ready too. I don't know when these guys are coming in, but I know I want to be ready for it. So Buddha Man is dying very quickly. Oh, here they come. Zleb is ready. No luck is going to start those fires. Oh, I'm going to have so many bodies to deal with. Yeah, the slave rebellion did not go well for the slaves. Some of whom may die as a result. I'll try to save them if I can. Plus, I have a lot of prisoners, not all of whom were stabilized. Hey, Lucid. Who's bleeding out the most? Maybe, okay. You go to Elk. Now, temporarily what I'm going to do is clear the home zone here. I'm just going to do it crudely so that we don't try to fight in these fires. All right, Slave 3, you're all patched up. Trust didn't come join us. Ari, come join. The snipers, of course, aren't sapping, so they're going to come right into my flaming trap. All right, let's see here. Buddha Man. Keep patching them up. They might not deserve medical attention, but they're going to get it. All right, No Luck needs to get in position quick. Most of these raiders, I suspect, are going to befall... are going to, you know, fall because of the fires. I don't think that many of them are even going to get to me. But, all right, fire traps are set. Slave 3, with your missing red arm, you are not going to be harvesting Tinctoria. Oddly enough, I'm probably going to have you bed rest, but... I'm going to have you start cleaning blood first. Alright, so No Luck is now moving to help getting out of this room that is getting hot, hot, hot. Both groups are going to come to the same maze, because that's the only valid path to get to me. No Luck. Remove from caravan so you don't leave the map tile, and switch your guns. Alright, Buddha Man is no longer bleeding, so I'm going to move to Slave 2. Oh, Stingray, 2 hours. Nope, I'm going to move to Stingray. Now, I don't have my shield belters to protect me. They're not going to offer me any cover. Ooh, we even have broken wall. Look at them just burning everywhere. Now, some of the reason why these slaves rebelled, if you're wondering, this room is enclosed and it's completely full of weapons. That's why this triggered a slave rebellion. Because all of the available weapons around here dropped their slave rebellion interval. And that is one of the risks of trying to use slaves for combat, is that if you have kill boxes with enclosed spaces with weapons, it's going to encourage them to do naughty things. All right, I think the vast majority of these guys down, these prisoners here, are no longer bleeding, except for Zigo. Now they do have snipers that are taking cover here, which I'm not even sure they're supposed to be able to stand there due to the way it's laid out, but whatever. I don't think it's going to be much of an issue. Actually, no, just stay there. I'd rather have the aura for accuracy. Alright, so Buddha Man's not bleeding, so Slave 2 and Slave 2 is... Slave 1 is fine. Well, fine enough. Clean up your own blood. Alright, first group is fleeing. No surprise there. In fact, as you can see, the flame traps are so effective that probably about half of the second wave is just like on fire and dying. Very few of them make it to the exit here. Now, one way to avoid this situation where they sit there is to split. So I'm going to split so that I don't get shot. Sven, you're a better doc than Bunny. So tend... Here, Bunny. You come join us. And Sven, you tend to Slave 2. So now, with no one to shoot at, these snipers come marching in. And dying. Yeah, the second group here, because this room is 700 degrees and it's cooking them, is barely even making it inside. All right, welcome, Bunny. Take a position. Lucid. Now that nobody's bleeding, what I could do is I could just tend them in whatever order I want. Rocket never even was bleeding in the first place. And then Slave 1... You're going to continue cleaning blood indoors, trying to reduce the infection risk. Punishment for rebelling. Yep, here comes the infections. Alright, these snipers are not moving in. So another thing I could do is I could just literally back out, have them walk in, and then surprise them. But there's not a lot of these snipers left. I suspect that they flee in a minute here. Yep, okay, they're fleeing. Now, these guys could also be imprisoned, but I already have kind of a lot of prisoners. I'm not really sure I could logistically take more. The quest for this... Oh. The quest for this monument is over. I could take more. Let's absolutely cripple myself by taking even more, if I can. So, come down here. We'll catch the ones that are nice and bloody. So Sven, you've stopped. Okay, Sven, you're all set. Cleaning up all that blood. I guess no one technically captured Raka. Oh, another thing that happened was I've been working on some of my own mods, and it reset some of my preferences here. So, show draftee weapons, as you probably saw, just dropped all of its weapons to be shown. So, Fieldy, I'll put you out. Let's just stand next to all these bodies, and then I'll pick and choose the ones I want. As you can see, there's more bodies than I'm even going to be able to get to. And really, the thing I'm looking at is, like, how burned they are. Oh, good shot. This guy's smart and tried to exit the other way. Oh boy. I'm gonna let him break it. I just don't have the manpower to stop him at the moment. So, that was spicy. I probably had, what, it was 30 snipers, and I don't even know how many tribals. Yeah, that was interesting. I'm glad I built this, because it was highly effective. So that's probably all that I can capture. I think Chris is probably going to burn up before I can get to him. And then these guys that are in the maze, forget it. It's so not going to happen. And then the other thing I could do here is, once I initially tend to these prisoners, I can raise their medicine up to herbal, so that they do not die from infections. So now the quest for this monument is done, so I can modify it, and I'm just going to put a steel door in there so that I can gain quick access to it. Sven, what I wanted you to do is, yeah, water skip here and deconstruct this door so that this isn't superheated anymore, so that we can actually start fighting these fires. And then maybe here, actually prop this door open so that rubber can get out rather than break another door. The slaves, because of the slave rebellion that I have, are in terrible, terrible condition. I mutilated them. I mean, they had it coming, right? I mean, it's not my fault that they rebelled or anything. But they are definitely, without a doubt, a little mutilated, so I'm gonna have to be careful about that. So what I'm doing here now is setting up everybody to not have medical care, or no medicine. And then I'll go through with the ones that have infections and raise that back up. Actually, not for you. But for the ones with infections, I will. Zleb, you really ought not to do that. Oop, Sven's getting punched. Not on my watch. What about you? Are you... You're okay, let me capture you. I have so many prisoners. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. All right. I think what I will do is deconstruct this door with no luck, because no luck's a better constructed than Sven. Considerably better. And that will let the heat out. But it looks like it had burned through most of my carpet anyway. So all that carpet's going to need to be repaired or replaced. Now, what's important for me to do now is to try to tend the rest of their non-infected wounds so that if they do get infections, I can raise up the treatment quality, and what will end up, the benefit there is then I'm not using so much herbal meds to tend to these guys. So we did just have another infection. Someone with a name that start with an M? Yeah, so McGuy here has an infection. All right. Don't go in there yet, Slave 3. Trust me. All right, now we can go in, and the heat has been vented because the door is broken. It's a little ridiculous that I took, I don't even know how many prisoners I took. 17 prisoners? Oh, that is silly. Deeply, deeply silly. Okay, the fire's almost out. And then we just have a lot of repair, replace, fixing, cleaning, and medical treatment to do. I think the real struggle with these prisoners is feeding them. That's obviously going to be a big issue. But that is, of course, an issue for me to cope with probably crops. That's going to be the answer. I might have to change over some of these Devil Strand over to food. Or alternatively, plant, like, potatoes up here. But it also depends on who's healthy enough to do it. Lucid didn't rebel because he was a night owl and he was asleep during the rebellion. So Lucid is one of our farmers and can still be used for that. But most of our other workforce, like Budaman, who is a passion of plants, he's gonna be a while before he can farm for us. And then, yeah, the other slaves were not particularly good at it in the first place, and now that they're unbelievably injured, they're gonna make for some pretty awful farmers. Now, I haven't looked at any of these prisoners for if any of them are, like, kind of worth keeping. I do have my 5... the Archonexus quests only allow you to send so many people to travel to the Archonexus. And I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to allow you viewers... I'll put up a poll on Discord when it comes time for me to plan that kind of stuff. I'll have you viewers vote for the extra 2 that are going to travel with me to the Archonexus. Because the original 3 are obviously going to be chosen, and then the remaining people can be chosen by you. But so probably no luck in Zaled, but yeah, maybe not. I'll have you vote. But this wraps up all the time I have. I hope you enjoyed the crazy raids. Thank you for tuning in to the Archotechs, episode 26, Fiery Onslaught. If you have any feedback or questions for me, let me know in the comments below. If you haven't joined Discord yet, please consider doing so. The link can be found in the description or at Rhadamant.com. Thank you so very much for watching, and a special thank you to my Patreon patrons, Twitch subscribers, and viewers like you for supporting the channel. I'll catch you next episode. Farewell, friends.